Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Farel Adlufi. I'm from 7.5 of Junior High School Bilingual Muslimat and Upucang. I will read material about Pancasila. Pancasila is the ideological pillar of the Indonesian state. This name consists of two words from the Sanskrit language. Pancha means five and sila means principle or principle. Pancasila is the formulation and guidelines for the life of the nation and state for all Indonesian people. The five main ideologies that make up Pancasila are the five principles of Pancasila. The main ideology is stated in the fourth paragraph in the preamble of the 1945 Constitution. 1. Believe in the one and only good. 2. Just and civilized humanity. 3. The unity of Indonesia. 4. Democracy led by wisdom in deliberation or representation as well. 5. Social justice for all the people of Indonesia. Even though there was a change in the content and order of the five Pancasila precepts, which took place in several stages during the formulation of Pancasila in 1945. June 1 is jointly commemorated as the birthday of Pancasila. The birth of Pancasila is the title of the speech delivered by Sukarno in the session of the investigative agency for preparatory work for independence on June 1, 1945. It was in this speech that the concept in an initial formulation of Pancasila was first put forward by Sukarno as the basis for the independent state of Indonesia. This speech was initially delivered by Sukarno by acclamation without a title and only received the title Birth of Pancasila by the former chairman of BPUPKI, Dr. Rajiman Wedyodiningrat, in the preface to the book, which contains speeches which were later recorded by BPUPKI. Since 2017, June 1 has officially become a national holiday to commemorate birth of Pancasila. The national symbol of Indonesia is Garuda Pancasila with the motto Unity in Diversity. The national symbol of Indonesia is in the shape of a bird Garuda whose head is turned to the right. Heraldically, a shield shaped like a heart hangs by a chain on Garuda's neck, and the motto Unity in Diversity, which means different but still one, is written on the ribbon gripped by Garuda. This emblem was designed by a technical community called the State Page Community and cared by Sultan Hamid to form Pontianak. Then it was perfect by President Sukarno and its use as a national symbol was made official for the first time at the cabinet meeting of the United Republic of Indonesia on 11 February 1945. The Garuda Pancasila symbol was first regulated for its use in government regulation no. Pancasila as the state foundation of the unitary state of the Republic of Indonesia has been widely accepted and is finally. This was reaffirmed in the Decree of the People's Consultative Assembly no. Concerning the revocation of the decree of the People's Consultative Assembly of the Republic of Indonesia no. Concerning guidelines for living and practicing Pancasila Eka Prasetya Pancakarsa and determination on the affirmation of Pancasila as the state-based MPR Decree no. Concerning review of material and legal status of provisional People's Consultative Assembly decrees and decrees of the People's Consultative Assembly of the Republic of Indonesia from 1945 to, to in addition, Pancasila as the basis of the state was the result of an agreement with the founder of the nation, which was then often referred to as a Indonesian People's Sublime Agreement. But behind that there is a long history of the formulation of the Pancasila precept in the course of the Indonesia Constitution. This history is so sensitive and mistake can tainted the integrity of the state of Indonesia. This is because there are so many accounts and prolonged polemics and controversies, but regarding who was the first to propose the term Pancasila. This article avoids polemics and controversies as much as possible. Therefore, this article is more of a comparison or not a competition between one formulation and another contained in different documents. The placement of the earlier formulation does not reduce the position of the later formulation. From historical chronicles, there are at least several formulations of Pancasila that have appeared. There are different formulations of Pancasila with other formulations, but some are the same. Successfully, the formulation of Soekarno, Supomo, Yamin, Jakarta Center, BPUPKI, results PPKI, results the RIS Constitution, Provisional Constitution, 1945 Constitution or Presidential Decree July 5, 1959, different versions and popular versions that are developing in society will be present successively. Guidelines for understanding and practicing Pancasila or abbreviated P4 or Eka Prasetya Pancakarsa is a guide on the practice of Pancasila state life during the new order. The P4 guidance was formed by MPR Decree No. Concerning Akaprasetya Pancaskara, which describes the 5 principles of Pancasila into 39 points of practical guidance for the implementation of Pancasila. This legal produce is no longer valid because of MPR Decree No. Has been revoked by MPR Decree No and is calculated in the group of MPR decrees which are final or have been complete according to MPR Decree No. During its journey 36 Pancasila points were further developed into 45 points by PP7. There has never been a study published on whether these points are actually practiced in the daily life of Indonesian citizens. Wednesday, 1 or 6, we just held the Pancasila birthday ceremony based on the Presidential Decree number 24 of 2016. June 1 is one of the important days in the Indonesian nation calendar. The reason is one that date is celebrated as the birthday of Pancasila. The choice of June 1 as the birthday of Pancasila refers to the movement of the Dokuretsu Janbi Kosakai or independence preparatory work investigation agency or BPUPKI session in an effort to formulate the basis of the Republic of Indonesia. This body held its first session on May 29, 109,045. During the meeting, BPUPKI members discussed the foundation of an independent Indonesia. In the second session of the BPUPKI, Soekarno in his speech ended by birth of Pancasila had the opportunity to convey his ideas regarding the initial concept of Indonesia, which became the basis of the Indonesia State to be established on 1 June 1945. This speech was initially delivered by Soekarno by acclamation without a title and only received the title Birth of Pancasila by former chairman of BPUPKI Dr. Rajiman Wedyodiningrat in the preface to the book, which contains speech which were later recorded by BPUPKI. In his speech, Soekarno conveyed his ideas regarding the foundation of an independent Indonesian state, which was named Pancasila. Panca means five, while Sila means principle or principle. At that time, Bung Karno mentioned five principles for the Indonesian state, namely the first nationally, the second prepared in internationalism or humanity, the third precept democracy, the fourth precept social justice, and fourth precept belief in one almighty God. In order to perfect the formulation of Pancasila and create a constitution based on these five principles, Dokuritsu Janbiko Saikai formed a community known as the Community of Nine. Contains Insinyur Soekarno, Muhammad Hatta, Abi Kusno, Sujoso, Agus Salim, Wahid Hashim, Muhammad Yamin, Abdul Kahar, Muzakir, Mr. A. Maramis, and Ahmad Subarjo. After going through several trial processes, Pancasila was finally ratified at the PPKI session on Agustus 80, 1945. At that session, it was agreed that Pancasila was included in the preamble to the 1945 Constitution as the legal basis of the Indonesian state. That's a glimpse of the history of Pancasila birthday that we need to remember, but not just to be remembered. Pancasila birthday is also a moment to remember, respect at the same time appreciate the struggle of the nation founders in formulating the basis of the Indonesian state. We as the nation's next generation must be able to interpret in Pancasila as the foundation of the state and as the basis for behaving in social life. Pancasila as the basis of the state ideology, and the nation way of life explored and determined by the founder of the nation is an incomparable gift from God Almighty for the Indonesian people. Pancasila is a unifying tool for the nation. With the birth of this fifth precept in Pancasila can unite people with all the differences that exist. The the practice of Pancasila values is a manifestation of love for the motherland so that it can build a better nation and state. Pancasila values can be practiced in simple form such as mutual respect, cooperation, and mutual respect. Thanks to Pancasila with the values of inclusivity, tolerance, and mutual cooperation, the existing diversity is a guiding blessing for diversity which can be woven into the national identity of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Ministry of Finance personnel as a part of all components of the Indonesian nation and society to commit to commemorating the birth of Pancasila every June 1 as part of the mainstreaming of Pancasila in all areas of social, nation, and state life. Okay, maybe that's all I can say about Pancasila. I'm so sorry. More or less, I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry I'm speak bahasa. Maaf kalau di nomor 1945 ada banyak kesalahan. Saya sedikit bingung dengan cara penyuaraannya. Jadi saya mohon maaf sekali. Okay, thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.